Child abuse can come in many forms. It can be neglect, it could be physical abuse, it could be drug endangerment, it could be witness to domestic violence, and it could be sexual abuse.
There can be physical and psychological consequences to child abuse victims. In the legal community, we may see signs of it when the children are older and become involved in high-risk behavior such as alcohol or drug abuse. And in many cases, victims become perpetrators themselves. This is what we call cyclical behavior.
There are long-term consequences of abuse for many children. Some seem to do well and then later in adulthood have some problems because they've kept things inside. Others have problems right away with acting out or becoming sad or suicidal.
Child abuse is a devastating issue, not just for the child and the family, but for the community. We're always talking about improving education, as well as improving the economic workforce. But if you don't have healthy, productive children and adults, you can't have those things.
The earlier you can identify a child that's in a difficult situation, but the less likely they are for it to continue.
Crimes involving child abuse victims can be much more complex and difficult because you're dealing with children who sometimes are very young.
Children don't have the ability to communicate the same way adults do.
A Children's Advocacy Center is an agency that responds to children and families when there's been an allegation of child maltreatment.
The Children's Advocacy Center model helps in the terms of coordination of services.
Sometimes it's hard for families to communicate with the police, and the Children's Center softens that communication barrier.
The benefits in working with the Dorchester Children's Center provides us as DSS a partner who helps us with compiling and gathering information when we're investigating child and abuse and neglect issues.
My job here at Dorchester Children's Center is very important because sometimes I'm the only voice the child has.
We were very impressed with the way they went about making sure that a child was protected if it was in an unsafe environment. We're just quite impressed with that whole process.
It's vitally important because they free up our resources and they are the professionals in interviewing the children.
It's very important for the Department of Social Services to have a place like the Dorchester Children's Center.
When I first came to therapy, I thought there was something wrong with me. Why can't the person who hurt me come here? I came not wanting help, but needing it. I didn't want to be judged or have people feel sorry for me, and that doesn't happen at Dorchester Children's Center. I look at things a lot different than I used to. What helped me the most was telling my story, being comfortable about it, not feeling self-conscious, and not blaming myself.
Keeping up with the demand is a huge issue for us, and that means personnel to see these children, to do the forensic interviews, and to do the therapy.
These cases are growing as our population grows, and there are more of them being reported, and therefore the Dorchester Children's Center has that many more children that they have to see.
Since adding the sexual behavior problems program, we have doubled our number of treatment clients at a minimum by being able to serve so many families within a group setting.
We just finished a 6,000 square foot expansion to meet the demand, so we're still trying to pay off our mortgage for the new building.
So since we're a nonprofit organization, we rely heavily on donations from the community. We don't charge for any of our services, so all of our services are free of charge to the clients that we see.
The center provides a number of things. It provides a benefit for the families because counseling is provided if necessary and if accepted. And that provides long-term benefits not only to the abused but to the people who are around the abused.
And it's important to keep an organization like the Children's Clinic funded and supported by everybody.
Another opportunity to help the center is to volunteer and give us your time and your energy. We put on 2 events per year, and those are the Scrumptious Somerville Kitchen Tour in October and a golf tournament in May.
There's always a need for more volunteers because our community is growing. And with the economy and with just everything going on in our society today, unfortunately, there's more and more abuse.
We would greatly appreciate your support of the Dorchester Children's Center.